Hello. This is all very new to me, so I apologize if this seems a little random and uncomfortable. I haven't gone live on a camera since I stopped working, and then I knew everybody. So this is just a little bit strange, but hi, Victoria. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is a first attempt at going live, and we'll see how it goes. I'm assuming everybody here knows who I am. I'm Janine, and this is Janine Sews, and I talk about sewing clothes for women over a certain age, over 50 primarily, over 60. Hi, Karen. So looking at the camera and looking at the comments. So today, what I'm going to talk about is my favorite summer makes. And these are things that I've made over the year, and either I've worn them a lot, or I've used the pattern several times. And it might be that I like the pattern, or it could be that I like the fabric. Hi, Pam, Debbie, Maria, Maggie. Wow, there are a lot of people here. Hello, everybody. Adele, Cynthia, Rosemary. Wow, this is wonderful. Thank you so much. So I'm going to talk about summer things that I've made that I wear all the time, and some insight into why I like them. And I'm going to try and go through those very quickly. And I'm going to show pictures of the garments, and then you can ask questions. And I've got the garments here so I can show them to you, and we can just have a general chat. Hi, Deborah from Lancaster, PA. We used to live in York, PA, so I know where you are. Rachel from Southern York County. You probably lived very close to us when we lived in York. So I'm going to try and share my screen and show you some pictures, and let's hope this works. Okay, so to start things off, this is a dress that I made in 2015. And it was the first garment that I had made in probably 20 plus years. And this is Vogue 8897. It's a very simple shift dress. And when I made this, I didn't know anything about matching prints, as you can tell by the seam in the front. But it's a super simple dress. And the fabric was something that I got at Hancock's. It's kind of shiny on the inside, the wrong side, which is supposed to be the right side, but it's super comfortable, and it's an easy breezy dress to wear in the summer because the breeze can come up. Hi, Jetta in Denmark. The next garment is this top, which is Simplicity 1920. And this is, I'm actually going to stop sharing, and I'm going to show you the picture, the top. This is a super simple pattern that is designed mostly for wovens, but I made this in a knit, and it's just got grown on sleeves, and it's got darts, and it shrunk a fair bit. It should be a little bit longer, but on the pattern, there's it's one of those coordinates patterns. So this can be worn with a belt. And I made this in 2016, and this has been worn so many times. It's a super lightweight knit, so it's comfortable in hot weather, and it's also comfortable generally because it's a knit. And I also made that same top in linen. And so there's that top without the belt. And there's the top in linen. I don't like it as much in linen. It just seems to fit better, or maybe I needed a bigger size. The next favorite, this top has been worn, I don't know, 100 times maybe. This is Simplicity 8337, and it is, I'm going to pop up the pattern. So here's the pattern. And so this is, you can tell the era because it's got cold shoulders, and you have an option of having the ruffle around the neck or just down the front. And I chose the sleeveless one with the ruffle down the front. And this, I mean, that top is just the perfect summer top because it's got enough ease that it's comfortable to wear, but that ruffle down the front just gives it a little bit of style, a little bit dressier. And the fabric that I used for that is a pretty beefy jersey that I got at Sew Over It in London, and it was a remnant, so it actually had a hole in it. And where is that top? So it just has this ruffle on the front, and I actually made the ruffle double-sided so that it has more body. But this top is absolutely one of my favorite TNTs for summer. The next one is a skirt. Pamela's Patterns Magic Pencil Skirt. How many people, has anybody, I don't know if you can raise your hand, has anybody used Pamela's Patterns? Pamela Leggett from, she lives in Connecticut. Anyway, she was one of the designers who started drafting patterns for a more mature figure, maybe 10 plus years ago. So her skirt patterns, and well, her skirt patterns, we'll talk about the skirt pattern. This is the Magic Pencil Skirt, which I've made about 3 times. She walks you through how to fit things so that they fit the more mature body. So she has darts in the front or back, and depending on where you carry excess weight, if you carry excess weight, she tells you how to decide if you need front darts or back darts, and everything has the right amount of ease, and she considers changing bodies. So the Magic Pencil Skirt is super simple. It's an elastic waistband skirt, and I've always made it with a stretch woven. It goes together very quickly, and it's also the kind of thing that you can just throw into a suitcase and it'll take you everywhere. Rachel's made her t-shirt pattern, and yeah, those are good patterns, aren't they? And Grace has made her patterns in her classes with her. And Pamela does classes in person, and I think she also does online classes. I know she was during the pandemic. But twice I made this. Just a super simple skirt. And this is a stretch woven. So lots of ease if you want to wear it out to dinner. And then I took the same skirt and I made it into a golf skirt. So I added, try and get the light right here. So I added a little pocket on this side. Everything's backwards for me right now. I added a little pocket here for tees, and then a pocket with a gusset for golf balls. But this is stretch bangling, and it's super comfortable for a skirt like this. So that's definitely my summer skirt TNT. See the next one. So there's the skirt, and it's relatively short. I will lengthen it the next time I make it. And there it is as a golf skirt. And when I wear it as a golf skirt, I actually have boy shorts made out of this pink fabric that I wear underneath it, because you bend over when you play golf. This pattern, this is absolutely my summer TNT. And this is Simplicity 8595. It's a very simple t-shirt dress. And I have made this 4 or 5 times at least. This is the first version of it, and this is in an ITY. And the second version is also an ITY, and I made the sleeves a little bit longer. They're elbow length. And the third version is one that I made just earlier this year, and I used a quick sew pattern to make a ruched neck. And the fourth version is made out of swimsuit fabric. And I made that last fall. Oh, my images over the photos I'm sharing. Oh, I don't know how to fix that, Debbie. I'll try and figure out how to do that. Maybe I'll just show patterns and I'll hold up the garments. Thanks for letting me know. This is all very new. So this is Simplicity 8595. And I go to water aerobics classes, and I wore the swimsuit version to water aerobics the other day, and about 6 women now want to sew it because it's that kind of a dress. It's a super simple dress, the kind of thing that's impossible to find in stores. And it's got more ease than shows on the pattern. Now, when I sew it, I do add a little extra on the sides to make sure it fits all right. Sometimes I make it shorter, sometimes I make it longer. But if you're looking for a really simple summer dress that's quick to make, this is fantastic. Grace made the cold shoulder version. I've seen a few people who've made that one. I tried making a cold shoulder version of this top, and I don't know, the fabric that I used, it was just awful. So I've been kind of scared of doing cold shoulder dresses since then, or tops since then. The next pattern, because I'm not gonna try pulling up another picture. The next pattern is Simplicity 9275. And I have used this pattern several times because it's a, boy, this is backwards. It's a princess seamed t-shirt, and it's got this band on the bottom. The one that I have worn the most is where is it here? It's not here. The one that I've worn the most is one that I made in double brush poly. If you live in the South, I would not recommend making a summer dress or a summer top out of double brush poly because it's too warm. But it's great for the climate that I live in now, unless it's 30 degrees Celsius like it is today. I don't necessarily love this pattern. There are a couple of things I don't like about it, but it is a quick top and it has some shape, which is one of the reasons why it's a good t-shirt pattern for women over a certain age. Because with the princess seams, you actually get some shape on your body. And that's one of the things that I'm trying to find, and many of us are trying to find. So this is a pretty good one. A couple of people have asked about this top, and this is the Closet Core Cali. And it's I made this in 2019, I think, and it's border print from Hobby Lobby. And now it's not focusing. Let's see if I can get it to focus on me again. And it's not quilting cotton weight, it's lighter than that. I don't know why the camera isn't focusing on me. So let's hope it comes back. But Closet Core Cali, which used to be the Closet Case Cali shirt dress, is a really nice pattern. I have to do, I did not do a high round back adjustment on this one, but I need to. I'm going to see if I can get this camera to focus a little bit better. I'm going to step back and step back in again and see if it will pick me up. Sorry, this is very strange. I've had all kinds of problems with this little camera. There we go. I also used this pattern, this Closet Core Cali, with a rayon, a really pretty rayon. But as I said, I didn't do a high round back adjustment on it, and it's always like this. So it's not super comfortable to wear. Oh, a bunch more people to say hello to. Hi, Renee in Illinois. I lived in Illinois once too. Daphne, Daphne from my sewing group. If you've watched my videos and you've heard me talk about Daphne, who fits my clothes for me, who helps me with fitting, that's Daphne. She's here. You should all make friends with her. She's a very great friend to have. And she also sews beautifully. Izzy from Dizzy Quilts and Sews. So the next one I have to share is another Pamela's Patterns. And like I said, she makes concessions for a more mature figure. And this is the new versatile twin set. So with this, you get the tank and you get a cardigan that you can wear several different ways. And for her tops, she has a built-in slight high round back adjustment, and she's lowered the bust point and she's slightly thickened the waist. So you don't need to make as many adjustments if your body is a little more mature. And she also walks you through how to make other adjustments. If you need to do a sway back, or if you need to do a full bust adjustment, she includes all of this. And her patterns, the instructions are short but sweet. They have everything that you need and they're well written. So I've only used this pattern once, but I love it and I need to make another one. I'm always looking for fabric for this, and this is a wild color that I got at Fabric Mart several years ago. So there's the cardigan and there's the tank top. And the other thing that Pamela does is she makes the straps wide enough that they cover bra straps, which is great. So just a super simple tank top. It's got darts in it. And then the cardigan. And on the cardigan, I used a woven. This is some kind of a crazy poly knit. I used a woven for the facings. It's a nice set. It's not too big. It's kind of nice for summer because you don't have a huge amount of fabric. And the tank top is so wearable without the cardigan. So this is definitely one of those patterns that I keep for my summer wardrobe. The next one that I want to talk about is one that I think a million people have made, and it's one of their favorites. And that's the Love Notions Rhapsody. I was kind of late to the game finding Love Notions, and then I discovered the Rhapsody top, and I think I have made 6. I've made it in everything from chalice to silk to quilting cotton. And it's just such a great pattern. Let's see here. So silk, this is like chiffon. I had to line this one. Quilting cotton, and then 2 in rayon chalice. So I like this top because you can have short sleeves, long sleeves, no sleeves. You can make it into a dress. It fits really nicely. You can use all kinds of different woven fabrics, and it's, depending on the fabric that you use, it's the kind of thing that can take you from the middle of the day to out for dinner. So Rachel has made 8 Rhapsody tops. Yes. Rhapsody is just such a fun pattern, and it's so well drafted. It's nice that it has the cup sizing and everything. I'm doing this Busy Bee sewing challenge with 7 women in the UK. It's kind of based on the Great British Sewing Bee, and we had to send patterns to other people, and the pattern that I sent was the Love Notions Rhapsody. And it's Gemini Sews who is making that. Izzy has made 5. Yes, we all love the Rhapsody. I've only got a couple more of my summer favorites, the TNTs, that I know I can quickly make easily. the Cashmerette Curso top. And this is from the Ahead of the Curve book, which has such wonderful information for sewing for curves. And the Curso top is a great little top. It's got a lining to about here. So if you don't have a lot of fabric, you can make a Curso top. And it's got all of, you know, the full bust adjustments and everything built in. And again, it's another top that has straps wide enough to hide bra straps if you want. Curso top. I did not bring a Curso top out. I've made it twice with rayon, both times. Really pretty pieces of rayon that I only had a little bit of fabric for. And I managed to eke out Curso tops from both of those. Pamela's working on fitting the Curso top right now. Well, I hope you're having good luck. I hope it's going well. I didn't find I had to make too many changes, but the last one that I made, I used too big of a seam allowance, so it's a little bit tight. So that's one of the challenges, jumping between Big Four and indie patterns. Izzy asked, did you find the Curso came in a little bit bigger under the arms? I don't think it did. You know what I'm going to try and do? I'm going to try and share this and see if I can pull the picture over so you can see me. And let's see here. Does that work now? I'm not sure if that's working, and it's not letting me change the picture. So I'm going to stop sharing. Sorry about that. Oh, that worked, Debbie? Okay, let me try this. I'm gonna skip to the Curso top. Okay, here we go. Let's try that again. Okay, so here's the Curso top. Izzy, I did not find that it was a little bit too big under the arm side. However, when I had the Cashmerette Concord top fitted by Ron Collins, we discovered that on the Concord top, the arm side was too small for me. So I think I must be bigger around my arm. And so it could be that it's just my anatomy it's not too big for, and that you are more slender there than I am. I suspect that's probably the case. Hey, Patricia. Hey, Debbie. Oh, Pat says the Rhapsody is a great nightgown in Liberty of London. Oh, and that's a nice donation item. Pat sews them for a nursing home. That's a really nice gift. I know when my mom was in her care home, her nightgowns were an embarrassment. Couldn't believe how many of them were torn up. The next, I only have two tops left to talk about, two more items left to talk about. Cashmerette Cedar Dolman. And I made this just last December. Gosh, I like it. You know, the problem if you have a fuller bust, or if you have any, if you're a little curvier, you often wind up with all kinds of creases and stuff. On the Cedar Dolman, I found that there weren't as many folds under the arm. And this is very nicely shaped. It just skims your body. That's right. There we are. Gemini stitches. Just center the Rhapsody top for the Busy Bee Sewing Challenge. I have only made this once, but already I think this has been worn twice a week since the weather got warm. And this is a really nice art gallery knit. So it's beefy, but not too beefy. So it hangs really nicely and it holds its shape. And with this particular pattern, the camera is completely backward for me, which is really weird. There is a seam down the front. So I matched it as well as I could, but I think it might be nice in something where you didn't have to worry about matching the print. And the final pattern, no, I've got two more, I lied. Cashmere Concord tee, which I made twice in the winter, lime green and cream, and I was really proud of it. And then I looked at the pictures of it. It's funny, if you take a lot of pictures of the things that you make, you'll understand this. You put something on and you look in the mirror and you think, oh, this looks really great. And then you look at a picture and you go, oh, that does not look good. Well, that's what happened with these. So I took this pattern with me to the Ron Collison workshop, and I had him help me with the Cashmere Concord. And this is the version that's been made after we made all the adjustments. And this is another one of those tops that I love, 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 and I'll wear a million times. So for the Cashmere Concord to fit me properly, we opened up the arm here. We added a little bit more fabric to the front here because I've got more fabric here. So now that I have this Concord fitting right, it takes, I don't know, what do you think? Even slow sewers could make this in under 2 hours. And this is just a really nice knit. And I think this may be the t-shirt of the summer. This may be the t-shirt that gets worn 2 or 3 times a week. If I like something, I wear it all the time. Another pattern that is a TNT, a summer TNT, is, many of you have probably sewn this because it's free, the Dendo Plantain. And this is one of the versions that I made many years ago with a relatively light slub knit. Dendo's French pattern company, they were recently bought by Closet Core here in Canada. So you can go to Closet Core's website and get their patterns. And this is free, the plantain. If you're learning how to sew knits, or if you want to try something that's simple, this is a great pattern. I will tell you, my experience was, when you look at the picture that they have, it looks like it's an elliptical shaped tee. It's not elliptical on my body. So definitely measure well and use a throwaway fabric the first time, or spend a lot of time, or spend some time adjusting it. And I have made Dendo Plantain 15 times maybe over the past 7 or 8 years, until I found the Concord. This was the top that I made very quickly. So those are my summer TNT favorite things that I make. You'll notice there are no pants, because even though I've been working on making pants, they're not my favorite things to make. And if I can find them in a store, as I have found this summer, I found 3 pairs of cropped pants at Reitman's here in Canada, 25 or 30 bucks. Cost benefit proposition, it's cheaper to just buy the ready-to-wear pants. So I'm going to look at comments, and if there's anything you want me to talk about, anything you want me to show, we can do a few minutes of general Q&A, whatever you like. You're going to hear a sound. My cat, who is very loud, is locked in the bedroom, and she wants out, but I'm not going to let her out because she's annoying me. So let's see here. Let's see. Upcycle Copycat is another Calgarian. That's Catherine. Hey, Catherine. Leanne. Hey, Vancouver. I hope it's cooler there than it is here. Upcycled Copycat. A sewing meetup at a golf course. Wow. That would be something, wouldn't it? Maybe. We could try that. I'm a far better sewer than I am a golfer. Victoria says, I hate trying to fit myself and don't know how it looks until you take a picture. Yeah. And Victoria's making the bootstrap dress form. I know that Daphne has made that, and she showed it at a meetup group, and a lot of people have made the bootstrap dress form, and I understand that it's really good. So for now, mine is okay, but I am kind of thinking about it. And Daphne made hers in brocade, and it's just beautiful. It's a work of art. Grace sews with pants, or Grace buys pants too. Yeah, it's if you can find them, especially inexpensively. Hello, Spain. Hola. That's all I know in Spanish. Jeanette asked, do I prefer to buy fabric in person online? I prefer to buy in person, of course, and I know it's not possible for everybody. For a long time, I couldn't really buy fabric in person, or at least not have a selection of fabric in person. Here in Calgary, I'm very fortunate because we have a million stores. Surprisingly, when I lived in Atlanta, I had to buy most of my fabric online. So if I have to buy it online, I like to go somewhere that has really good descriptions and has information, especially for the weight of the fabric, and pick big pictures so I can see the actual print, because more than once I bought what I think was going to be a really big print and it was teeny, or I thought it was going to be a small print and it was massive. Can any of you recommend wool or cool for hot weather fabrics without polyester? I can't wear more than a tad of poly. This manga makes things. I've tried lightweight quilting cotton. It's too warm. Would lawn be good? Lawn is lovely. Lawn is cool and it kind of stands away from your body, and it tends, Liberty Lawn in particular, stands away from your body and it looks crisp. I know that a lot of people like linen. I personally am not a fan of linen. So if you like linen, I hope, please make a case for it in the comments. Lawn, batiste, poplin, those are all, batiste is kind of see-through. Anyone else have suggestions for fabric for wearing in warm weather? I know quilting cotton is really warm, but lawn or rayons. The rayons, I must have the rayon top here. So this is a cashmere at Springfield top, and this is rayon, and it's super pretty. Rayon's kind of what, a quasi natural fabric because it's processed when it's made, but it's it does crease, however. But those would be my suggestions. Yete says linen is great for hot weather. Hi, Linda, in the Netherlands. Daphne, didn't you make your bootstrap out of brocade? I thought it looked like it was brocade. It was very fancy. Izzy also says rayon is nice in hot weather. Oh, double gauze is cool in the summer, warm in winter. Maggie Craven recommends double gauze. And I have double gauze that I'm going to use to try to make pants. And someone in the comments on the video when I talked about it suggested pre-washing that twice. So I'm going to do that this afternoon. Grace says chiffon is cool. And it's a nice fabric, isn't it? It's difficult to sew, but it's a really nice fabric. So Many Fabrics says linen is meant to be more wrinkled. Wow. I know some people like that. I just have a really hard time with that, but I admire people who wear linen. They always look very chic and elegant. Japanese double gauze is cool. Okay. I didn't know there was a difference between Japanese and regular double gauze, but that's good to know. Linen is considered one of the most elegant fabrics. Oh, absolutely. And I think that because I'm North American, I kind of tend to lean into those knits a little bit much, whereas linen is a really beautiful fabric. Oh, Daphne says it was upholstery tapestry that she used for her bootstrap. So I don't see any other questions. if you have any other questions, then you're welcome to pop them in. I am working on, hopefully this afternoon, I'm working on the Itch to Stitch Solar Top and Dress. That's the Itch to Stitch knit top that only needs like 0.8 of a meter. So I'm going to try that. Oh, here's some more questions. Okay. Maggie Craven says wash linen doesn't crease as much. Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. I know that some people kind of treat linen to prevent, do you mean just washing, like pre-washing it and kind of beating it up and letting it go in the dryer? Because I do have some linen and I would try that. Just give it a test. Sue, hi from South Carolina. My eyeglasses. Yeah, these are, I only wear glasses when I look at the computer. I don't need them for anything else, but these are some that I got pre-pandemic. Have I ever made a top out of merino wool? No, but I have made a cardigan out of merino wool. I made one for my mom, and I used Helen's Closet Blackwood cardigan pattern, and it went together very nicely. I pre-washed the fabric, and it wound up in the industrial machines at Mom's care home, and it still came out okay. That's the only time I've worked with merino wool. My husband rides a motorcycle, and he wears merino wool all the time when he rides, and he says it's cool in summer and warm in winter. So that's something maybe to do a little bit more research on, or if other people have experience with that. Leanne has a question about the Creston jeans and whether I had to grade from a smaller hip to a larger waist. I did grade from a smaller hip to a larger waist. And how I did it was I graded from the knee up to, I graded, trying to think how I did that. I did grade out, and when I had Ron Collins work with me on the cream colored ones that I made in May, he wound up grading more from the bottom of the pocket bag to the knee. He said that was where it kind of looked too big. And I don't know if that will help you, but that's what I would probably try, just changing and grading it from a little bit different place. I think one of the reasons he thought of that spot was because then it kind of kept some of the grading away from the crotch, perhaps. But that's what I would try. Debbie Cook has made the Solaire, and I'm assuming you like it because you didn't say don't make it. Oh, Maggie Craven said it's called enzyme washing. I'm going to make a note of that, and I'm going to look into that because, oh, here we go. Hi, Beth in Maryland. I hope it's cooler in Maryland than it is on most of the East Coast, or it seems to be this summer. Rachel has made the solar top a few times. She uses Karina's tip to cut the elastic longer so you can hold down the ends while you hold it taut. That's an excellent tip. Thank you so much, because I can see that would be a huge hassle. So on the solar top, it's a knit top, and you put a piece of elastic. Is there a picture here? No, there's not a picture. You put a piece of elastic here that's going to give it some shape. Debbie says, I've made some Marcy Tilton patterns. They're for a mature figure. I've looked at Marcy Tilton patterns, and I don't know if I've ever made one. So that's another one to keep an eye open for. I think, was it Marcy and Linda Tilton? That's one to look for. Thank you. Okay, Whitney from Tomcat Stitchery recommends merino wool knits. Okay, that's a good one. And she has so much experience. Of course, she's an actual professional. I'm just somebody who sews. So she would have really good information on that. East Coast have been high 90s and humid. Oh, God. You know, we lived on the East Coast of the States for a long time. And I can say I do not miss the humidity whatsoever. When it's hot here, at least it's dry. Oh, Deborah's wearing the solar top right now. Was it easy, Deborah? Deborah Chu? Easy to put together? I'm hoping it's a really quick make. I like those fast makes. Instant gratification. Easy make. Oh, she's made about 4 of them. Wow. Well, you know, that's the nice thing. I find a lot of us, we buy 2 or 2.5 meters or yards of fabric, and you make a t-shirt and you've got a bunch of fabric left. And what do you do with it? What do you do with it? Now, I found a pattern that I'm going to try. I can't remember what it's called. And it's one that has, it has like insets on the side. So I think that's a way to use up some of that extra fabric. Gosh, not temptation. It's not. Anyway, I can't remember it now. I'll wind up talking about it on the channel at some point soon, as soon as I make it. Well, it's 12:41, so it's been 40 minutes, which is a long time for me to talk about basically nothing. So I'm going to drop off now, and I'll probably edit this a little bit, try and fix the pictures so that you can see the pictures of the patterns before this goes up on YouTube. But I just want to say how much I appreciate all of you folks coming along on this little journey with me and watching my videos and being kind to me. Some people say that YouTube is mean and the online community can be really nasty, and I have not experienced that. This is just a really lovely thing, and I so enjoy spending time with you, and I read all your comments. I try to respond to them, but I truly appreciate you stopping by and spending time with me. So I don't think there's not going to be a Friday Sews tomorrow. I haven't sewn anything. So in a week or so, no, not in a week or so, because it's my husband's birthday next weekend. So it's going to be a big birthday weekend time, but there will be another Friday Sews soon. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you again really soon. Who knows, maybe I'll get something done before the next couple of weeks. But thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Stay cool. I know it's hot for most of you. Take care.